Hey everyone, it's Susie here, and today we're playing Void Hunters. We're talking about when can we play Void Hunters next? What's the roadmap? What are the plans? Alright, so I do want to make sure I give updates regarding Void Hunters as big changes happen or things are announced at least. In the meantime, I didn't play throughout the entire alpha because I didn't really, honestly, just to be blunt, I didn't really enjoy the style of the play with the hunts having to be so repetitive, manually repetitive, not farming on something on auto once you beat it. The manual repetition did not appeal to me. When it was a roguelike, it just didn't feel fit, but we'll see what happens here. But yeah, we have a big wall of text that I will read so you don't have to, and then we'll take a deeper look at this roadmap and talk about it. All right, we've seen your memes, we've seen your comments, we've seen your questions, and today we're finally ready to share the roadmap for Void Hunters. So let's get straight into it. First of all, this summer is all about you, the community. For those of you that have been with us since the early days of the server and remember our regular content drops and behind-the-scenes updates, there will be a lot more of that. We want to keep development as transparent as possible, keep you close to the process, and make sure that you know what's happening and what is coming next. Our second devlog, this time focused on environment, is already in production. All right, so let's keep rolling. Then, moving into Q4, we will run a more focused playtest built around an overhauled hunting grounds. Wait, did I just say overhauled? Ask Havelock to spoil a few things, and here's what he had to say. Yeah, overhauled may sound like a slight overstatement, but indeed, we are working hard to make Hunting Grounds experience more engaging and supporting long-term progression. You can expect each hunting ground to become more of a mini campaign with much more diversified stages, more unique preys and hunt conditions, and much more tools to battle the challenges that await ahead. There may be some changes to energy gating that should support playing at your own pace, whatever that pace may be. This sounds good. I do worry about more diversified stages and unique conditions because that was the problem to begin with. They had like star conditions where in order to complete the hunt and be able to farm it, you had to be like meet specific conditions, like attacking a certain thing so many times. And it was RNG whether or not you got that thing to even pop up in your entire run. So you would do an entire run hoping to get one thing and then not even working toward your progress. It was very frustrating. Or you had to wait for the right bosses to be at the end. That was what turned it off for me. All right, and now the question you've all been waiting, many of you have been waiting for, beta. As you can see on the roadmap, it's still planned across quarter 4, 2026, and quarter 1, 2027. So what, like December, January? There's a reason for that. We decided to expand beta with a completely new mode that was not part of the original plan. It does not even have an official name yet, but it's a guild versus environment mode that will test your commitment, coordination, and teamwork against some of the toughest content in Void Hunters that we'll have to offer. I have to admit, that does not sound appealing to me. I don't like having to coordinate with a guild. Okay, this game might not be for me, but I'll still keep you guys updated. But yeah, that's the last thing I want, is having to coordinate and have teamwork, so to speak. I can appreciate guild content, having a common goal, and all working toward a boss or something. But when you have to coordinate with time zones, with, you know, busy work schedules overall, we're adults mostly playing these games. We're mostly parents with jobs, and it just doesn't fit. This is more like the teenager thing to do when you can do it, when play with your friends for hours and, you know, coordinate on the weekends after school or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as something more adult-friendly in the mobile gaming era, which this game is also mobile-friendly. So hearing that might sound fun for some, but I think it might alienate a lot of other people. So while this game is beautiful, it's extremely well polished. I've heard mixed things. I have to find or listen to a couple of podcasts or something to see what they officially have said, if they have. But some people have said this game has been in development for 4 years. Someone else said 6 years. And this is a company that has Artifex Mundi is huge. Over 100 employees, or sorry, over 100 games that they've actually put out as a developer. Now, these individual people, maybe not, I don't know. But as a developer, they've put out over 100 games. So it's a very experienced studio overall. And this might be their first game of this style or whatever, or this approach with the community involved. But they're no newbies, that's for sure. And they have been working on getting to the alpha for many years already. So it's just the things you don't see. It feels like Void Hunters just came out of nowhere. No, it didn't. It's existed for a long time. It just didn't have its official name yet, and it wasn't as publicly promoted. So Havelock, about this guild versus environment mode, said cannot reveal too much at this point, but yes, it's going to be a completely new game mode with various gameplay challenges available day by day in weekly cycles, and should scale well with the different guild types, offering a challenge for those competitive and at a slower pace, with a slightly less rewards. Yes. And more casual player guilds. It can reveal it will not be focused on a single gameplay type and will feature fights, hunts, and of course bosses, offering quite a lot of additional gameplay on a daily basis. Okay, interesting. Last but not least, the release window. Plans change here as well. At first, we were aiming for a soft launch in select markets, but your level of support gave us the confidence to go with something bolder and aim for a global release after beta. With a quick note, the game is still in development, so everything written here is subject to change while we're building and improving the game. We've gone through all your alpha feedback and suggestions, and we'll be addressing the most common ones in the upcoming updates for the team. We'd like to get your input on this. What do you want to see from us first in the upcoming leaks? All right. Q3, community updates, alpha feedback addressed, regular development updates. So what is Q4 is October, November, December. So before that, before October, more community updates, keeping people involved and sharing what they learned from alpha. With Godforge, how similar is this timeline going to be? Playtest overhauled, hunting grounds, small scope playtest with select modes. So the playtest will be in Q4. So that could be as soon as October or November, which, again, I that could hopefully not too bad with the timing for both, but it's fine. We'll play all the things. And then beta Q4, Q1. So I assume that's like December, January, because it overlaps. The final test before launch. New mode, guilds and guild versus environment. And late Q1, so that's what? March? More than likely, if you guessed a month. Global launch on all platforms with no progress swipe. Dates are obviously tentative, and beta playtest timing coming after a summer break. I don't think it feels too soon because the game feels very well polished. It's just changing. It's their actual mechanics and the systems that are an issue. The bugs are not too bad, minus there were some quirky ones in alpha, but that was expected. But there's not... It feels very, ready. It looks ready. It's pretty. It's well done. The graphics are beautiful. The environment is very alive and interesting. They absolutely nailed the vibes, right? The vibes are there. It's so freaking good for dark fantasy. So I could see this being the timeline. I just hope things alternate a little bit with whatever happens with Godforge, so we're able to play both well and check out the games at the same time. I mean, launch is launch. Playing multiple games at the same time is what it is. It's just you try not to the first week of gameplay playing a new game, like a lot of us like to go hard and get super involved. I can't really do that these days like I used to, but yeah, I hope the timings work out well so we can play Void Hunters and Godforge, because both are great games in different ways. Void Hunters is definitely feels closer to being ready, but if they weren't, that would be a problem. They are a much bigger company and have been working on the project longer. Of course it's more ready. That's common sense, but I'm excited to see what's coming. It's a beautiful game again, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you going to continue to check out Void Hunters? And I'll see you in the next video. In case you missed it, you can check out my first hour of gameplay video or my other Void Hunters content here to see what the game already looked like.